Hello, hello, here we are fully into December. This is our first real full Christmas palette, and it is the Christmas Morning palette to you from Givemeglow Cosmetics. This is such a cute little palette. From what I saw on their Black Friday sale, you could still pick this palette up. I love the packaging, that it looks like a little gift. It's an 8-shade palette, and on the back you can see all the ingredients there. I was really excited to start off this month with a Christmas palette, and so the palette actually looks just like the outside. It looks like a gift, and I was really excited to try this because I've been using my own palette that I created with Givemeglow's single shades, and I'm so impressed. It's easily become one of my favorite formulas. You can see there that everything pretty much matches when you open it up. There is a small mirror in there. Here you will find a small mirror in there to do your makeup. And here we have the color story. What a pretty, just simple, solid, Christmas in a palette. It's just very simple, it's very to the point. I feel like if you were to put Christmas simplified in a palette, it would look like this. Now, I have a little bit of reservation. Up until today, I thought I was going to be decluttering this. Because the first looks I did were with the greens and these browns. I worked over here first, and then today I worked over here. So this shade over here, I believe I already have this shade. I have this shade as a single in my own palette, so it really doesn't make it that different. I wasn't particularly happy with, I guess, the level of color I was getting from this green shade. It wasn't as bright as I wanted it, but it also wasn't as deep as I would like my shades to be. So I was like, I wasn't really thrilled about that. This brown right here is like a beige on my skin tone, so you can't really see it. And then this shade right here, what's called Pajamas. I was expecting this shade to just blow me out of the water, and it kind of really didn't. It looked pretty normal like any other shimmer, and I wasn't expecting that from a Givemeglow shade. So I was like, okay, I already am not really satisfied with half this palette. I guess I'm gonna have to probably declutter this and give this away. But then I tried the red side, and I really loved how pigmented this red was. I loved this, what is it, Chimney? This chimney shade over here. It's dark, but not super dark. It's one of those shades that just so easily blended out with that red. And then, oh my god, Santa's Sleigh and Stocking Stuffer. The red and the silver in this were just so flippin' amazing. I'm like, okay, I'm willing to keep this palette for just a little longer. I can definitely see myself eventually decluttering this and passing this on, but I have to use that red and that silver for a little while longer because it's so pretty. So let me show you. So these are looking cookies, and then we have Under the Tree. It's almost kind of like that, is it phyllo green or something? It's definitely very reminiscent of Old Christmas. I do like that. I just think that when I look at my other Givemeglow shades, I like the greens and the blue greens and the teals that I already have. But like I said, I'm thinking of keeping this for a little bit longer. Oh my god, look at that. That's a one swipe. Look how consistent that was. Oh, okay. A little shook. I'm a little shook. That was a very consistent swatch. How pretty. Okay. I'm a little shook. That was a really nice swatch. But this is why I think I'm going to keep it for a little longer. I think if I created a couple more looks, I'd like it a lot more. Because I only did create like 3 looks with this. So I want to play with it for a little bit longer. Now that I've tried the red side, let me swatch Pajamas. Because I'm sure once I swatch this with a finger, it's going to look absolutely dazzling. But maybe what's needed is, this is a palette that needs some sort of shimmer glue, and maybe that will really work. So that's really pretty. On my eye, it didn't look as pretty and dazzling, but I knew once I swatched it with my fingers, of course it's going to look just beautiful. But the one that I'm using today, which I could tell immediately looking at the consistency in the palette of that silver and red, how pretty it was going to be. So let me swatch these two for you, because these were my favorite, and this is what really saved the palette for me, was this silver and the red. Just, dazzling. These 2 shades right here. So we got the red, and it's just like that, such pretty, like tin red, just glowing. It reminds me of like a red dress you would wear for Christmas. I just think it's so pretty. And this silver is giving me Teresa is Dead Tin Man Dick, like just insane silver shade that I just fell in love with. That is so beautiful. And this silver shade, like to me, it's screaming that it needs some cooler colors. Like I really want to pair this silver shade with some blue shades, which I have in my own personal Givemeglow palette. So for that reason, I'm gonna be keeping this. I think if this is up your alley, this is one of the more affordable Givemeglow palettes. To me, the formula in this was, I think, a little surprising to me. It didn't feel as consistent as I thought it was going to be, because I've used there was it the olive palette. I really love the olive palette, and then I created my own palette, which I've been working through and using it. You know, I've been having it in my everyday stash, where if I have a palette that the colors don't work for me that day, I'll pull out my own palette that I put together with the singles from Givemeglow, and I've been having so much fun with that. I think my looks keep coming out absolutely beautiful. Like I said, I think I'm going to keep this for now, see how it works later down the road. I may end up decluttering this a year from now, we'll see. But I think if you're interested in dipping your toes into Givemeglow, this would be a good start. But I do think they probably have better palettes. But let me know what you think down below. What are we thinking of our first Christmas palette for the month? Other than that, y'all have a great day.